Unsung heroes, glue guys, the ones who simply knows how to get it done, being at the right place, right time. No better feeling than the 8-man getting their respect after helping their contending squad go far in the postseason. No franchise does it better than the Miami Heat, giving opportunities to the undrafted, only to reward them handsomely with multi-year deals only several weeks into this season. Signings many didn't expect would pan out, absolutely working to the best early on, no matter the outcome rest of the season, contributing to wins. The difference in seeding could prove vital down the line. Best bargain signing starting with Loney Walker of the Brooklyn Nets. After a roller coaster last season with the Lakers, soon to be 25-year-old, proving why he was a first round pick, early candidate for 6-man. First 9 games, almost 16 points, 22 minutes. Very efficient shooting marks, just like how Malik Monk revitalized himself one season in LA, even better now with Sacramento. Loney absolutely doing the same in Brooklyn. After signing for just 1 year, $2 million, when he was the reason Lakers won Game 4 versus Golden State, gave his team a 3-1 series lead, an absolute huge spark in the fourth quarter, dropped 15 points the final period. Series outcome could have ended differently without him. Golden State's entire team, only 17 points final 12 minutes. Of course, a team like the Lakers and fans never have any patience on hit or miss role players. Many surprised Loney didn't get a bigger contract, but absolutely paying off for the banged up Nets. Many actually forgot about his impact. First 31 games last season, 15 points as a starter before getting hurt, lost his job to Austin Reeves, then forgotten. Austin meanwhile gets 4 years, 54. Loney, a vet minimum, who's been playing much better than Reeves to start out. After that knee injury, got lost in the rotation, DNPs, then all of a sudden reminded everybody where's Golden State, he's still around. Can pass the ball a little bit. With Cam Thomas missing time, Walker will get more chances to shine. One of the most encouraging transformations from tearing his meniscus first training camp to in and out of the lineup with San Antonio, not getting treated the best by Darvin Ham, even getting a DNP opening night with Brooklyn. This past 2 weeks arguably the best of Walker's NBA career. Matt Strus of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Many thought he'd never be the same after leaving Miami, but the 6'5" small forward out of DePaul, still being who he is, nearly averaging 14 a game, 35 minutes, stretches the floor for a weird constructed lineup with 2 bigs who can't shoot and a super small backcourt. From his agent making NBA pitches in 2020, the undrafted product cut by the Celtics gave them a taste of their own medicine last playoffs, started every postseason game in 2022 and 23. The Heat still reluctant to give him a big contract, only for D. Mitch and Garland to reach out. 4 years, 62 for a proven rotational guy for a contender. Strus simply saved Miami's postseason hopes. 31 points, the play-in clincher versus the Bulls. Cleveland after getting destroyed and bullied by the more physical Knicks. Adding Strus with great shooting, vital for the offense, the handoffs and pick and rolls with Mobley, even setting lobs for his bigs. Many didn't expect that from him. Nicely expanded, Max doing his part, came a long way since being undrafted. Miami might regret letting him go, especially if they never get back to the conference finals under the Jimmy Butler era. Derrick Jones Jr. of the Dallas Mavericks, huge pickup. First 10 games, the super athletic 26-year-old undrafted out of UNLV, 23 minutes, starting small forward, one of the more forgotten random free agents, signed August 18 to a 1 year, $2 million minimum. Dallas couldn't have got off to a better start, doing a bit of everything from making threes to dunking, blocking shots, figuring out how to utilize his athleticism on full display, benefiting from Luka and Kyrie's talents, finishing at the rim with ease. Dallas didn't have much athletes to finish in fast breaks a season ago. DJJ's efforts on both ends contagious, terrific fit for Jason Kidd's defensive system, certainly living up to his abilities, one of the 8 most important guys on the roster. How in the world does Dante Exum make more than Jones Jr., the type of guy you don't need to run any plays for, much more complete, replacing Reggie Bullock, already having a 20-point game, his 3rd game with Dallas, making that impact in that crazy 35-4 run on Harden's Clippers, also recorded his first career double-double, playing in year 8. The combination and athletic energy from him and rookie Derek Lively makes Dallas that much better. Reggie Jackson of the Denver Nuggets, one of the very few signings 2 years, 10 mil. The 33-year-old been through all the adversity imaginable, from one of the go-tos with Detroit to almost out the league before Buddy Paul George wanted him on the Clippers, played well under Ty Lue to winning a ring riding the bench with Denver, now stepping up for the banged up Jamal Murray. Jackson's value making his presence felt. Many shot Calvin Booth didn't make many changes. Sometimes it's just better off keeping things simple, filling some offensive production after the departure of Bruce Brown, becoming one of the more likable vets. Reggie compliments his superstar center at the highest of highs.
I think he's just that damn good that he's making me look like I know what I'm doing out there with the team. I was so shocked how open I was, just trying to make sure that I keep my eye on what's going on. I noticed that my guy was peeling back to double him, and he just did a great job of finding me. But yeah, I couldn't believe how open I was, but he's damn good and he makes life easy.
Dario Saric of Golden State, 6'10" stretch big, through 11 games, a 1-year, $2 million minimum. His ability to pop up, draining threes, paying off, not shy to put the ball on the floor, finishes through contact. The only other Warrior to score 20 in a game this season besides Steph, even started at the 5 in Draymond's absence, looking like what Otto Porter gave the team 2 years ago. Dillon Brooks of the Houston Rockets. When many thought he'd end up in China, the Memphis Grizzlies not wanting to bring him back under any circumstances, to getting all the blame for the first round failure, Brooks all of a sudden balling out with the much improved Rockets, looking like a playoff team from being one of the worst a season ago. First 9 games, 14-point average, two-way excellence, 31 minutes, knocking down his threes, although his efficiency won't last too long. From saying he'll lock up LeBron, ended up holding the all-time leading score to just 18 points, blowing out the Lakers by 34, even has LeBron praising him about Dillon being worthy of his contract. In fact, everything last season super overblown. Many couldn't get enough of Brooks' brashy personality. His antics many at times does go overboard, speaks louder than his on-court productions, but making the Rockets more relevant. 4 years, 86 doesn't sound like a bad contract after all. Many of Houston's young core playing with more emotion, firepower, and aggression, qualities they lacked a season ago. From being in a high school environment in Memphis to now put in a leadership position, a good spot to shift his narrative. His dirty plays in the past, yes, they were despicable. Dillon deserves his criticism, but being a true competitor, never backs down or gets broken like Ben Simmons. Many can say what they want, but not many players have Dillon Brooks' intensity and focus. The amount of media members that said they wouldn't have signed him for a vet minimum, maybe the worst take of the summer. Aaron Nesmith of the Indiana Pacers, second season on the team, after barely getting a crack with Boston, averaging 12 a game, backup small forward, agreed to a 3 years, 33 mil, dropped 26 the second game of the season in Cleveland, also a 24-piece versus Utah. For a franchise that doesn't attract many free agents, a low-risk, high-reward situation. Cam Reddish of the LA Lakers plays his very best last 2 games, wins against Portland and in Phoenix, masterful 17 points, 3 steals, terrific defense on KD. The 24-year-old struggled with consistency throughout his career, on and off, already on his 4th team, has all the intangibles from wanting to be the man. Now he's forced to be a knockdown shooter, a complimentary role player under LeBron, who has the utmost trust in him. After missing the game-winning 3 in Miami, missed the big one in Phoenix, James without hesitation continues to give Reddish the rock and finally delivered the biggest dagger in the game. Although his shooting numbers still not great to start off, the confidence in having somebody believe in him might make all the difference. LA would still be winless on the road without Cam. 2 years, 4.6 signing. Impatient Laker fans were ready to get rid of him before the Phoenix game. If he continues knocking down threes with the constant media attention the Lakers get, Reddish might nowhere be as good as Zion or RJ, plus the likes of other better draft mates, but will certainly get as much attention as some of them. Gordon of the Phoenix Suns, 34 years old, signed 2 years, $6.6 million, playing crunch time minutes for a short-handed so-called Big Three, 0 regular season games together first 3 weeks, poor start, e.g. spot-up shooting, will continue playing down the stretch, 30 minutes on average, one of the more dependable role players. Team scramble filling up roster spots after acquiring Bradley Beal. Gordon proven to lead the offense in the non-KD minutes, 21 points, 8 assists, a win over Detroit, can absolutely become the difference maker. Team still got plenty of time to figure things out. Dennis Schroder of the Toronto Raptors, absolutely huge deal, 2 years $25 million. After stupidly turning down big Laker money 2 years ago, the now 30-year-old has been fantastic for Toronto. From looking like a borderline all-star with Atlanta, excelling with OKC 2020, to just be a decent journeyman last couple years, Boston 2022 didn't even want him. Looked like his career ruined after his first tenure with the Lakers, averaging nearly 17 points, 8 dimes, fitting in perfectly, delivering passes to the best spots, things we weren't used to seeing in past years. After leading Germany to his first World Cup, Schroder's confidence literally an all-time high. Already have a good relationship with Raptors' new head coach, former assistant with OKC, where Dennis came in second for sixth man, elevated the promising Scotty Barnes. Toronto looking like a playoff team after all. Laker fans sick to their stomach, realizing Gabe Vincent nowhere near as good compared to Dennis, brings good D, allows OG, Scotty, and Pascal to be themselves. Not many players have turned their careers around more than Schroder last 2 years. Could have easily been out the league if not careful, but his best days looking like yet to come gives the Raptors some freshness. Matt Ryan of the New Orleans Pelicans, a team with unlucky breaks, players continue to be banged up. The once DoorDash driver made his impact known to the world when the Lakers gave him a chance last season, ended up in Minnesota, then waived to start the year, only to be picked up, averaging just under 10 points, playing 23 minutes, a two-way deal, good outside shooter, shining better than many expected, earning a chance to inch closer, and securing a guaranteed multi-year signing would be best case scenario. Bismack Biyombo of the Memphis Grizzlies, much needed after the loss of Steven Adams, the unexpected team starting center, good vet presence, Memphis still searching for answers, Biyombo getting playing time, doing his part on a 1-year $5 million deal. Honorable mentions include Jeremiah Robinson Earl of the New Orleans Pelicans, also a two-way deal, putting up 9 a game. The 23-year-old couldn't have asked for a better first 3 games. Patrick Beverley bringing toughness to Philly, although his minutes limited. And prayers to Kelly Oubre Jr., wishing for a speedy recovery after signing for 1 year $2 million minimum, was easily exceeding his contract value. Let's hope he gets back on the court soon. Christian Wood giving Darvin Ham good minutes and length, especially sharing the floor with Davis and James, showing much more effort on D than past years. Which one of these vet minimum players will end up getting a multiple year deal after this season? Share your thoughts on the comments below. Subscribe for more content. See you next time.